Leaders of Group I, Madagascar and Comoros. And again, goal difference, just the separation there. So it is certainly a question of putting the ball in the back of the net. Many of these players, and there number 19, Antoine Semenyo, he starts on the bench today. Was in the starting lineup last time out. And he'll be alongside another UK-based player in Brandon Thomas Asante, who, if he does enter the field of play, would be making his debut for the Black Stars at the age of 25. A lovely occasion for it. And we're going to get those team lineups in just a couple of minutes here. If Ghana do win this match, just a reminder, they will be top of Group I for the first time. It does seem a far cry from where they were after match day 2 when they lost 1-0 to Comoros. In the game against Mali, they were even 45 minutes away from being 5th rather than 3rd where they are now. That was also Ghana's first win in 2024. They were defeated 2-1 in a friendly to Nigeria. A 2-2 draw with Uganda also didn't seem to pay dividends. That was Otto Addo in his first matches in charge since the tumultuous reign of Chris Hughton, which ended at the Africa Cup of Nations after their paltry exit in the group stages. But the Black Stars very much in good spirits now. They've been preparing here at the Baba Yara since Friday when the team arrived. They're familiar with the conditions here, they're familiar with the fans. They want to make it a solid home win. They did, of course, claim that solitary victory against Madagascar to open their African qualifying campaign. That was under different management though. This is a whole new ball game. Under one of their own, Otto Addo, as the teams look to be led out by referee Ahmed Abdul Razak, man from Libya. It's a complete Libyan contingent of referees this evening. Mohammed Basim Al-Jawahed and Huri with Abdul Wahid, the 4th official. Here do come the teams. Ghana will be playing in their white strip, led out by Thomas Partey, the number 5 there, the Arsenal man. Central African Republic, captained by Geoffrey Kondogbia. Central midfielder who plies his trade for Marseille. No doubt we will have a battle of the captains, and there's the man of the moment from the last match against Mali. What a moment it was. We saw absolute delirium on the field. Otto Addo couldn't even contain his excitement as he celebrated onto the pitch, and for good reason. And now both teams line up for their national anthems. It's going to be a proud one this time for the Black Stars, as well as the Wild Beasts of
All right,
Central
announcer,
African Republic.
no sound at the moment, no sound.
Let's take a listen.
The anthem of CAR. Thanks so much. Now the anthem of Ghana.
a rousing rendition of God Bless Our Homeland, the Ghanaian anthem, followed by some very proud players from the Central African Republic. As the two teams do the formalities, the pre-match greetings. We'll get you those team lists right now. Just a reminder that Ghana is facing a whole host of injuries, the likes of Inaki Williams, Joseph Pansil, Majid Ashimeru, Baba Idrisu, Nathaniel Adje, Dennis Odoi and Daniel Amate, all not part of the squad today. Otto Addo has also run the changes just in terms of fresh faces. It's going to be quite a challenge against the team Central African Republic. The last time they failed to score was back in September 2022 against the Congo. So they certainly know where the goal is. They do only have one win in their last 5 away games. They are, however, undefeated in the last 4. There is the Ghana list right now. 3 changes from the match against Mali, at least in terms of the starting lineup. Jordan Ayew, for his goal, gets a start. He does replace in the lineup another goal-getter from that match, Ernst Nwama Apia. Gwamaldin Sulemana, he gets a first start. Abdul Fatawu Isahaku, rather, the Leicester man, is in the starting lineup today, and he gets in ahead of Tariq Lamptey, who, it must be said, had a fantastic outing time last time against Mali. Another one to go to the bench, Antoine Semenyo. You do imagine it is just fresh legs that Otto Addo is looking for at this stage, because all 3 players which will be on the bench today, very much amongst the best moments of that Ghanaian performance against the Eagles. Such a brilliant ambience here at Baba Yara ahead of the team list for the Central African Republic. It's a much more straightforward announcement for this one. Just the one change from their last match against Chad, that 1-1. Carl Namgada, number 10, coming in for Christian Yawenenji Malipangu. He drops down to the bench, and that's really the only change in terms of that starting lineup. They'll be looking to Luis Mafuta, their record goal scorer, to get in amongst the action once again. He will start at the top of a 3-pronged pivot. Menus Babula as well as Carl Namganda. Well, one of their own again, Otto Addo, born in Germany, but his heart and soul very much with Ghana. They had to pry him away from Borussia Dortmund to get his services back. And just trying to find an identity, trying to find a cause again for the Black Stars, having lost their way very much over the past year. And looking to make it 2 wins on the bounce against the Central African Republic, who will be playing in that blue strip, going from right to left. Thomas Partey at the heart of the midfield with Salis Abdul Samed, and immediately Jordan Ayew gets some pace in his legs and draws the foul. The experience of the number 9 already showing this is 36th appearance. Or apologies, not his 36th, his 103rd appearance for the Black Stars. If he does score tonight, he will be on 25 goals. He is already level with his brother, Andre Ayew. A surprise omission from this Ghana squad ahead of the next round of qualifiers by Otto Addo, making his mark, putting a stamp on it. There have been some concerns about the way that he transmitted that message to Andre Ayew. Nonetheless, his Black Stars outfit are making early gains with this set piece. Thomas Partey looking interested. The Arsenal man does run over it though. It will be the left footer, an out-curling cross, and it's well dealt with by the CAR. That clearance by Sadok Ndobe first. Man who plies his trade with Ayasotoho has managed some appearances in the African Champions League this last season in the Congo. And a first touch here in the midfield for Abdul Samad. No Russia, that familiar defense with Mohamed Salisu, Alexander Djiku, Ali Dusedu and Gideon Mensah will be now forming part of a back four. Played more as a wing back in the last match with Tariq Lamti on the other side. This time it's a much more traditional orthodox back four. Ali Dusedu occupying the right side of that back line. Here he is on the ball, the 24-year-old. And Ayu looking interested. They might come through here. Ghana, there's appeals for a penalty and celebrations because it has been given. Not even 3 minutes on the clock, and the Black Stars already have an opportunity to put their foot firmly on the gas and put a one next to the scoreline if they can dispatch the spot kick. We'll have a look at it. It was Izahuko running through. The Leicester man was tripped. The last line of defence. He certainly looks onside from that position. And he has won his team a delightful penalty as far as they're concerned. It was that man, Abdul Fattah Izahaku, who chased down the lost cause that led to Jordan Ayew's stunning winner. And look at him chasing down, not so much a lost cause, but certainly he had the appetite for it. Now Ghana having a chance to go 1-0 up in this fourth match day in Group I. A goal that would see them, as it stands, climb to the top of Group I. Thomas Partey just making sure that there's no psychological interruptions here from the CAR men. Look at the pace, the acceleration that he showed just to get in ahead of his man. Flori Yangao, the guilty party in that regard, the Olympic Rel de Bangui man, giving away a penalty. That's the last thing you want to do here at the Baba Yara. And now, looking to go on to 26 goals for the Black Stars. It's Jordan Ayew with all of his experience, the oldest man in the starting lineup for Ghana. In fact, the oldest man in the squad. Let's see if he can use all of those years. Not many, still a youngster at 32. Jordan Ayew to put Ghana 1-0 up in this match, day 4. There goes Ayew, and it's a solid penalty into the bottom right-hand corner. Ghana 1, Central African Republic 0. It's that man, Jordan Ayew. 6 goals in his last 5 games for Ghana. And what better man to show all the composure and slot it in. He might have an uncertain future at club level, but wearing the white colours of the Black Stars, oh boy does he know where that goal is. Solidly planted penalty, putting Ghana 1-0 up. And now that means, as things stand, they would be on 9 points and top of Group I. Still plenty of games to go though, so we won't be talking too much about it. Nonetheless, what a bright start for the Black Stars. That's exactly the kind of energy that their crowd demands. Raoul Savoy, the Central African Republic coach, he is quoted as saying, it is just so important to win your home games. And it's not lost on any kind of home support, what they demand from their team. Well, the pressure already being put on from the strike down to the midfield and into the defense. But good gas being shown by the wild beasts themselves. They can get the ball into possession. It is this time with Namganda. But he can't get past Alidou Seydou. 25 appearances for Stade Rennais in France, with his single assist this season. Seydou, there he is on the ball, very much a mainstay in the right back slot for Ghana under Otto Addo. And then Mohamed Kudus thought he was blocked off there. Play goes on according to the referee. Party, just bunched in the midfield, does well to just flick the ball around the corner. Kudus swamped out of it. Here come the CAR again. Looking for the big man, Luis Mafuta, and nearly in. And then hooked around by Flori Yangao. Trying to recompose himself after that penalty giveaway. And Lawrence Atizigi rewarded very much for his fine performance. It almost seems like he has replaced Richard Ofori in goal. The Orlando Pirates goalkeeper hasn't really had much of a sniff since that 1-0 loss to Comoros. Ziggy with some outstanding saves against Mali to keep his team in it at 1-0 at half-time. They were losing, of course, at the time. Now they are in a commanding position. Otto Addo said it would be a completely different scenario now they were coming into this game as favourites. But it's one thing to choke in the face of pressure, it's another thing to live up to the billing. Black Stars, they're showing that they are ready for this. That ball intercepted, Kudus now using his legs. The space opening up in front of him. Kudus has a man on his left, throws Ayu. Kudus with his left foot, and they simply say that he had this scuffed. He forgot an easy playing at least. Multi-million-pound man from West Ham, Mohamed Kudus, didn't have the best of games against Mali, just came under a bit of criticism from some quarters. It doesn't matter how big your price tag is, there's always something to prove on the national stage, and look at this pressure being shown here by the Ghanaians. Seydou with another neat quick pass out wide to Gideon Mensah. He was in the starting lineup the last time these two teams met. It was a 2-1 win for Ghana in 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Two teams have met on two occasions. That was both in those qualifiers. A 1-1 draw followed by a 2-1 win for Ghana. That was under Chris Hughton. Here's Mohamed Kudus again. Can't get ahead of his defender. And CAR looking to go long this time, and the ball got kindly, and it's a goal. Would you believe it? An equaliser to silence the crowd. Luis Mafuta, the Wild Beasts' record goal scorer. And he's just extended his talent. A route one goal to no man's land. The Ghanaian defence were caught napping. They were caught upfield, in fact. And just as we predicted, Ghana's goal would be in trouble at some point. It all stemmed from that giveaway right at the top third of the pitch for Ghana. Just one ball over the top, the pace shown by Mafuta, and the clinical finishing past Lawrence Ziggy. pass there by captain Jeffrey Kondogbia on his left foot. 2 left feet to finish it off. 24-year-old Luis Mafuta gets his team on the score sheet, and back level pegging, 1-1. Well, there wasn't even a warning sign for the Black Stars defence, but it just shows the quality of the pass from Jeffrey Kondogbia. Ghana immediately looking for a response. The Wild Dogs doing some neat work of their own in the midfield, trying to spread it wide now. Abula, and he draws the foul. Abula doing excellently there to just shield it, scored the only goal of the game against Chad. That was his first competitive goal for the CAR. Now joining him for these African qualifiers is Luis Mafuta. He scored a goal the last time these two teams met in that 2-1. That was the goal. Now he scored an equaliser in this game. Certainly does love this opposition. There's another touch by the big man. Ghana just having to regroup in the midfield there. Kudus dropping deep, collecting, spreading wide. Looking now for Sulemana. He goes at his defender. Sulemana might just pick it up here. 22-year-old, number 22. But there's no one out ahead of him. He has to play it back. Comes all the way back to Seydou. Now to Alexander Jiku. A lovely pace to the game so far. Both teams with chances and both taking them. Salisu, now he tries that long ball, but too much purchase on it. Goes all the way back to the Ghanaian goals. Well, what a rallying cry for Raoul Savoy, the long-time Central African Republic coach. Only took a brief break as a result of the civil war in the country. Back now at the Hull, very much enjoying life. Certainly if you look at the form of the Central African Republic. Two recent friendly wins against Papua New Guinea and Bahrain, Bhutan rather. 6-0 demolition job, and that was a record win for the Central African Republic. Ghana not managing to read that offside line there. Just straying there. It's a wonderfully structured defence from the Wild Beasts. Just a reminder for the Black Stars that they really won't have it their way tonight. At least if they're caught napping like they were with that goal. I say caught napping, but you do have to give credit to the pass. Just one split ball from Jeffrey Kondogbia. Central African Republic have scored at least one goal in their last 9 matches, so no surprises as we surge towards the 16-minute mark here. A festive atmosphere. For the Swiss 51-year-old. He was an amateur goalkeeper. He suffered a shoulder injury, and that's why he never ended up as a player, but now very much leading the Central African Republic to new heights as a footballing nation from where they were. Savoy says he's not very well known in Switzerland. At one point he might like to get a job there, and absolutely calamitous from the Ghanaians. Well, where was the communication? Jiku with the most lackadaisical back pass to Ziggy. And Mganga had the fire in his eyes. Well, you cannot be doing that and expect to get away with it each time. Motoado will want to light the fire under his defense here. Catch a wake up. That's a picture of frustration there. And now a corner for the Central African Republic. Will be taken with the right foot. It's a decent delivery, but very well headed out from the Ghanaian defense. Salisu it was who got his head on the end of it. Now looking for the break, but it will be a throw in up the pitch for the Black Stars. Ghana now with possession. Salisu. Salisu playing it around with Jiku, who was named one of the best defenders in the Turkish league with Fenerbahce. But comes back to the FC Sangalen based player Lorenz. Made his debut back in 2018 against Iceland. Starting goalkeeper for Ghana today. Now the Black Stars do have a good Thomas Partey. Another one who was chastised somewhat in the last game, but decent play out here on the left wing. They expertly defended off the toes of Isahaku, operating on that left-hand side. Starting again with Salisu. Now looking for options, and then the short pass is on. Now to, well, nothing of a cross there. Apology does come from the Ghanaian star man. Jordan Ayew is expected to leave Crystal Palace in the summer with new manager Oliver Glasner. His future is quite uncertain though. But now surpassing his brother Andre Ayew in the Ghana goal scoring charts. Comes out to Sulemana now, trying to go long for Ayew. Shields with his back to goal and does draw the foul. Sadok Ndobe was fed the bait. 25-year-old had his arms severely wrapped around his striking adversary there. Looks like it will be the left-footed delivery of Mohamed Kudus to stamp a marker on the game himself. Managed 6 assists with West Ham in the last competition in the league. He has 11 goals to his name for Ghana. Now trying to at least give a goal contribution here. Mohamed Kudus with the left-footed delivery on the right-hand side of the box here. It will be an in-swinging free kick. Here is Kudus going for the back post, and there was a free man. Salisu claiming his shirt was tugged in the process. We just see him climbing a little bit just not getting enough jump. He probably could have done a little bit more with that. The man valued at around 15 million euros. CAR survived though. That ball up by Severin Tatolna. Comes into midfield with Namganda. And again over the top. A pacey run from the number 12. Isaac Solid. Solid again. Solid. Oh, and it's over the bar. A marauding run from the Slavia Sofia man. And an entire communal meeting there by the Ghanaians, just discussing what happened there with the defense. Too afraid to step out, too afraid to drop deep, and allow the space for Isaac Solid to maraud in behind. This one is a 6th appearance for the Central African Republic. Ghana again under pressure. And that won't please Otto Addo, because it's not for the first time that their defense has been caught just being a little bit too relaxed, too calm with their thought processes. Just after 23 minutes on the clock here. 1-1 is the score. Ghana with that early penalty. Foul. Bringing down Abdul Isahaku. Dispatched by Jordan Ayew. Only for the Central African Republic to respond almost immediately by Luis Mafuta's left boot. And look at the confidence flowing through Isaac Solid. Isaac Solid, as he will be called, had a very successful season in Bulgaria. Thumping header out by the Ghanaian defense, and it will be a free kick. From Namganda. The only change of the day. Where's number 88 for his club? Karbala in Iraq. That's number 10 for this evening's appearance. It will be a free kick taken by Alexander Zikwi. Decides to go all the way to try and find his striker, Jordan Ayew, putting on the pace, and the ball does get stuck up in the turf here. So you can attempt those long balls. They do fall into your path, as was evidenced by that goal for the Central African Republic. Salisu working it with Samed and Seydu. Now it finds its way to Sulemana. Sulemana trying to go around the outside, has to cut back. Decides to find his right back, Ali Seydu. And Sulemana now on the overlap, gets the opportunity to deliver the ball. It's well defended in the end by the left back. At least in that position, Severin Tatolna doing very well not to let his body go down, almost tempting Sulemana to take him on. Central African Republic doing well to get their feet just in the mix there. Kondogbia also rallying his charges. We'll see if we get more. There comes Jordan Ayew. Ayew again, and the ball just not dropping for him kindly enough. You do wonder if he could have found his man, but the defense was all over him. That work there by Brad Pirua, just offsetting his sights a bit. Now we start proceedings again with Sadok Dobe and Severin Tatolna. Kalnganda back to the defense. Just a scooped ball up, and that's given the ball away back to the Ghanaians. Well held off there. Summit doing well. That is Summit over there. Now coming to Salisu Party, and almost apologetically gives the ball away. That time coming in there, Gideon Mensah showing his pace. Party. Out wide to Sulemana. Sulemana, who made his debut for Ghana against Mali. Clearly impressed as part of the new generation for Otto Addo, who has been praised for his expertise in bringing the youth in. And now Ghana with another dinked ball into a dangerous area, plucked out of the air though by Dominique Muyufegan. And what a throw that is. Finds Namganda. Sule. And Namganda trying to draw the foul, but it was just a poor pass that got in, and Mohamed Kudus turning well. Pate, his Arsenal side, just failed to put Manchester City to the title in the English Premier League. I'm sure he's put that behind him. He's just happy to be in the Black Stars team once again, having had successive injuries, and that's a well scooped over, but no foul given, and now the CAR can break. Year-old Namganda. Finding now Venus Babula, who has operated mostly on the right flank for much of this evening, coming now on the left-hand side. Has to show some good muscle there, and it is a throw-in for the Central African Republic. We hear the moans of frustration from the Black Stars faithful. Jiku, who was man of the match against Mali, now being employed in a similar role. Throw in coming for Ghana. Kondogbia just took a bit of a painful one on the back heel. One of many French-born CAR players in the squad this evening. Kondogbia, a man who has a wealth of experience as well to his name, just in terms of trophy winning, and very much at the heart of the Central African Republic midfield. Won the La Liga with Atletico Madrid, Europa League with Sevilla, Copa del Rey with Valencia, and if we cast our minds back to the Under-20 World Cup, he won that with France. Made 5 caps under Didier Deschamps, did Geoffrey Kondogbia. Was back in 2013, but now one of the first names on the team sheet of Raoul Savoy. It is hot conditions here in Ghana, at least to play a full match of football. Humid, although the temperature has not risen that much on the Babayara. This artificial pitch, it can feel a little bit heavy on the legs though. You see Salisu Summit just a drive forward. Salisu now looks for Mensah. Finds Party in the midfield, decides to switch it, now goes over the top, looking for that run, and there's just a little shove in the back by Isahaku. There on Amos Yuga. Yuga, who plays for CSKA Sofia, another one in the Bulgarian league. He is captain of CSKA and has often captained the CAR as well, but was taken off against Chad at half-time, so he'll be hoping to play a full 90 minutes this time out. Ghana now finding Kamaldeen Sulemana. Sulemana doing excellently well. He can open it up here. Sulemana tries for the right-footed curler. Jonathan Panzer applauding the effort. The exuberance of youth clearly showing they found that pocket of space again between the defence and the attack, or the defence and the midfield. And another effort just goes wide for the Black Stars. It remains 1-1 after 32 minutes. Nearly into the path of Nganda. Sedu to take the throw now. Free kick in the middle of the park. Ghana with another opportunity to just make some gains, make some real estate under their belts. Chiku now passing to Salisu. Salisu decides to take the long option this time. It does manage to fall under the control of the left wing. There is an opportunity to pass it across by Isaku. That's galloped forward. Sole springing in his boots. And a man who's caused Ghana all sorts of problems. But they do escape with a free kick of their own this time. Isaac Sole, who says he wants to follow in the footsteps of his brother Omar, who was molded at Stade de Reims. Showing why he is sought after, the danger man for the Central African Republic, the number 12. He's already got in behind that Ghanaian defence on a few occasions. A long ball this time from Jiku. And it does fall kindly into the path nearly, and then just absolutely whacked clear. And he has to play it safe there, Salisu. Has 2 international goals to his name against Switzerland and South Africa, or South Korea rather. So not just a defender, but he is a very well sought after defender alongside Gideon Mensah. Starting to look like a stable partnership, at least under Otado, as far as defence is concerned. Failing to make inroads thus far. It is amazing to see how far we have come though, in terms of how the coaching staff is analysing the match in real time. All the statistics, all the metrics giving an indication. And at the end of the day, it is the most important one. And that is that the score reads 1-1. 10 minutes to go until the end of the first half. Has been an entertaining game, played at a decent pace as well. Ghana with the majority of the possession. 5 goal attempts to 3 for the Central African Republic. So a clearly ambitious showing from the Wild Beasts and merited in the scoreline. Hooked clear though that time by Yangao. Will be the Ghanaians with the throw this time. Trying to go short to Jordan Ayew. Ball ricocheting off his boots, and Ghana do keep possession. Now to Jiku. Unwide to Suleimani, who's really been one of the bright sparks on the field tonight. Kudus, who would like to see more of the ball, and he can't thread his ball through though. Out to Sole. It's a very decent touch, and now an overlap. He wasn't offsides. Kondogbia now with his left boot, trying to go wide, long. Papula just over his head. Kondogbia captaining the side once again. He's really been around the block. Man born in Nemours in France. A foul given for the Central African Republic. Again, a wasted pass from the right back, Ali Lusegu. Nanda drawing the foul. Number 10 relishing the opportunity to be back in that starting fold. Side-footed pass, and now Ghana can show their expertise again, working the ball up the pitch. Kudus back to the midfield. Drawn wide now to Pati. Out to Gideon Mensah. Mensah looks for that delivery early. Kudus was lurking. It comes into the path now, and wow, a strike was on the cards very much for Samed. Yet to score a goal for Ghana. Found himself just in the pocket, the ball bouncing up a little bit too much off that pitch. Score remains 1-1 after that effort from the Ghanaians, and now looking to go in behind. Abula seems to be enjoying himself a little bit more on the left wing for the Central African Republic. Mensah. Now to Samed. And he doesn't seem to have support there, Samed. He's lost the ball. There is an overlap of numbers here from CAR. That was important work from Kudus. Asked to be a bit more defensive-minded there. Now to Salisu. Pati. The anchor man in the midfield. Trying to urge his defense up the line. Jiku out wide. Sulemana. And they just didn't read each other there, Kudus and Sulemana. Kondogbia can't get in the scraps. He picked off the toes. The Ghanaians showing a little bit of industry, but somehow the ball does manage to squeeze its way through to Sole. And now the Central African Republic have their man, Louis Mafuta. Mafuta again. Mafuta! Oh, it's through the legs, and it's 2-1. Oh, wow. Oh, the Black Stars cannot believe it. How did that ball squeeze through? Not one, not two, not three challenges. The wild beasts are roaring. It was all this work here by Solé. And then Mafuta breaking the most of the yardage ahead of him, fooling the defense, and a little toe poke right through the legs of Lawrence Atizigi. And astonishingly, it is the Central African Republic 2, Ghana 1. They've come from behind after that early penalty. Ziggy almost seemed afraid to come out and collect it, not putting his body on the line. And now Thomas Partey having to rally his troops instead. Oh, there's shock and disdain here at the Baba Yara. especially just before the stroke of half-time. An inquest certainly likely to happen in the changing room, at least if the score stayed the same way. Mafuta with 2 goals. It's easy enough to say that it is against the run of play, but they have had several attempts, have the CAR, and they've shown very good ambition here. Raul Savoy must be purring in his coaching box. Shielded out there, and a chance to catch our breaths after that. Incredible little piece of fortune, you can say that, but it was really the determination of the men in blue to get the ball up, even though they seem to be falling around it. Mafuta then latching on to that final piece there. It now takes Luis Mafuta to 13 goals for the Central African Republic. Made his debut all the way back in 2017 against Zambia. It was a 2-1 loss, Gambia rather. And now here against Ghana, a team which he now has 3 goals against in his last 2 appearances. Astonishing. And the Central African Republic, just look at the pace again. Sole, it's not Sole that time, but given away in the midfield, and that's utterly frustrating because look at Namgandra go, Namgandra with his left foot. It was certainly worth a pop again. Well, they just don't seem to ever stop. Sulemana seeks to fashion something out of it. Comes back into the defense, who have not shown anywhere near their quality in terms of communication. As individuals, at least. We know how they are at club form. Seydou at Stade Rennais, Jiku at Fenerbahce, Salisu at Monaco, and Gideon Mensah at AG Auxerre. Some standout players there, but now have conceded 2 goals. You do have to, though, put some faults in the communication with the goalkeeper, Lorenzati. Now, coming into that half-time whistle, it is 2 for the Central African Republic, it is 1 for Ghana. And if the Black Stars are to come away with all 3 points, they will have to serve up one of the second 45s of the season so far. Another ball in behind, and we thought that the flag might go up. He's claiming he didn't hear it there, Namgandwa. But it was quite an early referral, and it was stopped in its tracks. Now Ghana come. Kudus. Just off balance there, Kudus. And he turns well and slips on the turf again. Somehow manages to keep the ball in. Kudus looking to hook it around onto his left, and it comes out into the midfield. CAR pick it up once again. A thumping header into the path of the right wing. Another chance for Dominique Ufegan to get a feel of the ball. Hasn't been tested nearly enough as far as those supporters are concerned. Lorient man made 2 appearances all season for his club side. But the number 1 as far as the wild beasts of concern. Really, if we do cast our minds back, it is just that one shot from Mohamed Kudus, which he went down for. Not much he could do about the penalty. Just the 2 allotted minutes of added time at the end of this first half. 10 seconds left, rather. And we will be heading into the break almost certainly with the scores as they stand. Just a yellow card confirmation there for Namganda, those protestations. And that is the way the half ends. Astonishingly, after going down to that Ghanaian penalty, slotted away by Jordan Ayew, the Central African Republic came storming back. 2 defensive errors, if you can say, a little bit of quality from the pass from Jeffrey Kondogbia. Louis Mafuta stealing in for the equalizer before the ball squirmed through over the course of the half of the pitch for Mafuta's second, dinking it through the legs of Lawrence Atizigi in goal for Ghana. The first half finishes 2-1 to the Central African Republic away at Ghana, a result which is sending a few shockwaves across Central and West Africa as we stand. 2-1 at half-time here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.